Hey everybody, welcome back to War Buddies. Welcome back to Warcaster Neo Mechanica, our global narrative campaign, Jericho Reach Season 2. Today's going to be Episode 6, so we have started into sort of the second half, the downswing of the adventure. Things are going to start revving up pretty hard from here. First off though, I want to give a big shout out to you guys. We had 5 battle reports reported this week. If you're not familiar with our campaign, what we're doing is, throughout the week, you guys are playing games, sending in battle reports to me, and that is affecting who controls what on the Reach. And it's going to settle how this all ends here at the end of week 9, 10. As a helpful reference, I finally got around to making this graphic. So as you can see, the Marcher worlds have been coming in really strong. We got a win for the Empyreans in the Borderlands, but largely the Reachers are retaking the Reach. So for this week, we had 5 battle reports reported. We had AC versus Marchers with the Eternus Continuum coming out on top. We had Marcher Worlds versus AC, flipping it around with the Marchers, notching up a win. And then we had 3 victories for the Empyreans this week, 2 against the Marchers, 1 against the AC, making the Empyreans our lead faction going into the dice roll. The Empyreans will get 8 dice to roll, the Marchers and AC will get 6 each, and the ISA will get 4. So let's go to the dice roll and see who wins the southern outposts of the Reach. All right, our lead faction is going to be Empyreans. We're going to give them 8 dice to roll. Coming in. Oh, it's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 dice. Now the AC and the Marchers both come in with 6. So AC, number to beat is 7. Oh, AC coming in hot. 1, 2, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, setting the new bar, AC with 9. Marcher Worlds following up. Marcher Worlds with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the ISA, technically, we didn't have any ISA victories reported. There we go. So AC with a surprise win. I guess they're sneaky cultists, so most of their wins are surprise wins. AC taking this southern outpost. So big congratulations to the AC for their first win of the campaign. Avarice is smiling at you from inside of his null helm. Speaking of Avarice, we're going to jump now to the inside of the Lawgiver and take you straight into episode 6. It is going to be a very small, very tight confines map. Kind of a weird scenario, but I'm a big fan of it. So enjoy. Thanks for watching. Stick around for the end of the episode and I'll tell you how to compete for our next territory next week.
We have their attention now. Astreus, has it been so long?
Avarice, trespasser, I spared you once.
Do you regret that choice now?
You were warned not to toy with elements beyond your understanding. You were warned.
I am human, and we do so poorly with warnings.
Avarice, get down!
Hey everybody, welcome to the interior set of the Lawgiver. The ISA flagship over the Reach. We've got our Black Site Studios Arc Terrain set up here. They're not a sponsor of the channel, I just really like their stuff. And we're going to take a look at the ISA forces here. The first thing you're probably going to notice is the big guy there at the back. We are bringing in heavy warjacks for this battle. So this is going to be, we'll start for the front. We've got Taria, our hero, using the custom hero rules from the Jericho Reach sourcebook. Paladin Commander, Weaver, Enforcers, Annihilators, and the Aegis. So fairly standard loadout of what we've had in the season so far. We're going to add new stuff as we go, obviously. We got our firebrand back here, the stabby firebrand, sword, shield, harbinger cannon. And his big brother. This is a Morningstar sword, shield, harbinger cannon, and a starburst missile launcher. I believe he has the bodyguard cortex, whichever one gives you bodyguard. He is a big old boy with lots and lots of firepower. It's a kind of a smaller team. We are dealing with a smaller map, less real estate. So this is what, 6 plus 1. And here we have Team Empyrean. Their hero choice is going to be Astreus, Aeon of the first magnitude. He's a little Mat 5, Rat 5, just kind of a good all-rounder sort. He's got a strafe shooty weapon and a fiery beat stick weapon. And with 3 health armor 4, he'll be running point on today's operation. Behind him we have the Oculus, we have the Heavy Saber, we've got the 2 squads, the Guardians and the Saber Strike Force, along with the adorable little Aerolith. Our Demon Warjack is coming back. This is the guy with the phase projectile cannon, plasma blade, starfire ray, and his big brother is the Sentinel. And when you're talking heavy Warjag, you're talking this kind of guy. So he's packing on one arm, he's got the Gravitonic Lash. This is a range 6 weapon that can grab enemies and winch them in towards him. He's got the Cyclotronic Razor in his chest. This is a high intensity beam weapon that he can spike to turn into a spray weapon. On his back there is the Meteor Cannon. It's got Force Ram, so he can spike to cause targets to be slammed, so he can winch them in, slam them back. And then his other arm, that is the, let me get the name wrong, Metaperceptor. So that adds 2 inches to the range of all of his ranged weapons. Our scenario today is going to be the Chaos Theory scenario. This is out of the Collision Course book. It is a skirmish mission with 5 objectives. We've had to distort the map a little bit just to fit the layout that we've got here, but it should work fine. So we've got an objective here. This is the ISA's home objective. We've got an objective up there, Imperial home objective. 1 objective in the center, and then 2, there's 1 there, 1 in this room. And those are the ones that could disappear. So at the end of each pulse round, it is end of pulse round scoring. We roll a d3 and see which of those 3 vanishes, which can make one end or the other of the battlefield really valuable really quickly. You can already see from deployment, we're just gonna go straight to, you guys came here to see heroes and heavies. We're gonna show you some heroes and heavies. We've got Taria and the Morning Star down here. We've got Astraeus and the Sentinel up there, and that's just gonna be how we start rolling. ISA does win the roll-off to go first, so let's get this show on the road here on board the Lawgiver. Start the ISA turn, the Warcaster is going to charge the Morning Star with 1 arc. And we'll then tag him with Vengeance Sequencer, so when he's targeted and hit by an enemy attack, once that attack is over, he can make 1 attack in return. Worth noting, Morning Stars have this ability intrinsically. It's the Impulse Reciprocator, but they have to spike to do it. This lets them do it once for free. And Taria is going to move up 6 inches. Tuck away in here. Followed by the Warjack. He's wedged himself in that doorway. Low clearance on this door. Neither one is anywhere close to range on them. They just want to start moving on up. And while it doesn't always look spectacular on camera, one of the benefits to using a solo and a heavy like this is come start next turn, they'll both get to remove their activation tokens. And Taria will drop a 5R gate behind them. That way we can start putting reinforcements on this while these 2 move up the field. Over on Team Empyrean, the Warcaster is going to charge Astraeus. And is going to play Devastation Optimizer on the Sentinel. This gives him the tune-up continuous effect, which is +1 with Mat Rat, Strength, and Defense. So turbo mode. Astraeus is going to be a gentleman and let the Sentinel go first. Sentinel has the Newman Cortex, which means when he's activated, if he's not charged, you can just charge him for free. And he's going to move 6 inches, lumbering hereabouts. Hopefully not dropping a heavy pewter model down these stairs. There we go. You're okay, buddy. We're just going to turn you sideways a little bit. And Astraeus himself will shuffle sideways to take control of this objective. Sentinel now, because he's got his Metaperceptor range extension thing, he actually has range on these 2, so it's going to be Meteor Cannon into the Morning Star. He is Rat 4, Rat 5 because of tune-up, and he has 1 arc charge coming in. Not a terrible roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense 3 in the Morning Star. Oh, he blocks it. He's going to shoot the Cyclotronic Razor in his chest down at Taria. He could spike to turn this into a spray weapon and ignore cover, but it's high intensity, so he's getting double reds. He's just going to go with that. Still Rat 5 because tune-up. Oh, that's a good shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Taria is defense 4 against this attack because of We Will Endure, and he's a larger base size than her. and she is in cover. She blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get through. Microtonic Razor is a POW 1 weapon, so here we go. Going against armor 4 because we will endure. And fails to wound. Empyreans are pretty happy with their Cypher card, so they're going to spend 4 arc on a gate here, leaving 1 arc in the well to boost him up a little bit more next turn. Start the ISA turn, we'll clear off the activation tokens because everyone's gone, and we put a 2nd arc on the Morningstar. Morningstar is going to lumber forward in a lumbering sort of way, taking a position here on the center objective. Into the side slightly to take advantage of that cover, and he's going to start unloading shots up into the, what's his face, Sentinel. Coming in with Rat 4 and 2 arc. The Starburst missiles allow him to re-roll this while he's charged. First shot is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes. Sentinel is def 2 up to def 3 because of tune-up, and he is in cover because high ground. Just a little drop to dice. Wait for that to stop spinning. He blocks 2, so yeah, we're not going to re-roll Starburst. Going against armor 5 with 3 reds and 4 whites. Armor 5. Ooh, wow, that was good. 1, 2, almost 2 through. So we deal 1 damage, but here's the problem. Sentinel has Force Barrier as his innate little rule, and he can spike when he takes damage, and every arc he ditches lowers his damage by 1, so he is unharmed from that. But he's also out of arc now. Shooting the Harbinger Cannon next. Ooh, that's a good shot too. 6 strikes. Defense 3 in cover. And 1 gets through. Harbinger Cannon is POW 4. Armor 5, nothing doing. Taria unfortunately is out of range to do anything super heroic, so she is going to shuffle 6 inches around this curve, trying to make a break for the objective in there. Final software card is going to be Aggression Theorem. We're going to give those missiles 1 more chance to do their job. At 4, 2 arc. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. We'll do the defense roll before we decide if we want to re-roll that. Defense coming in. 4 strikes, 1 gets through, POW 4. Yeah, why not? We'll try it. Open for better than 5. Okay, better than 5 got. We got 6, so 2 get through. Gonna break armor 5. He doesn't have any arc to reduce this one. Oh, that's not good. Yep, that didn't work at all. But going on to the gates, back here we have 5 arc on this gate. Now we get us a Paladin Commander, a Paladin Weaver, and the unit of Annihilators with their attachment. Taria is then going to drop a gate here and put 3 arc on it. We're not going to charge anybody up at the start of the Empyrean's turn. Instead, they're going to use Arcane Synthesis to drop the 2 remaining arc back onto the big boy here. All the activation tokens are pulled because everyone has gone, so the Sentinel is going to storm 6 inches down the steps, which I'm going to use both hands for, arriving just a little bit shy of the gate. Also, there's a little spider buddy, if you can see him right there. He's got a web going on this piece, so we're going to try not to disturb him too much while I'm filming this. Now, part of the thinking behind the build here with both the winch arm and the meteor cannon is the ability to move units on and off objectives pretty much at will, which is exactly what he's going to try to do. Shuffled him a little to the side to line up the shot, and we're going to shoot meteor cannon into Morningstar. At 4, 2 arc. Yeah, pretty good shot there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense 3 in cover. No, it's not going to work. 2 get through. So immediately knocks him back 3 inches. He didn't collide with any terrain, just barely. So we're going to go straight to the defense roll, or the damage roll. That is a POW 5 weapon, 2 red dice against armor 5. And it hits and it breaks. Morningstar has 4 health down to 3. More annoyingly, we're now off the objective. So the first thing that's going to happen is he's going to trigger Vengeance Sequencer, since he was just targeted and hit. And without hitting our adorable little spider, he is going to shoot the Sentinel. We are still charged to arc, shooting these Starburst missiles because they get to reroll. Only 3? Yeah, let's see how it goes. Defense roll. 2. Yeah, I think he's gonna reroll his attack anyways. So we're going against 2. Just don't flub this roll, buddy. Starburst missiles. Drop the dice. You flubbed it. Straight to the blast damage, POW 4. Against armor 5, that's not happening. Sentinel's gonna follow up, shooting his gravitonic lash, that's the winch weapon. And 2 strikes. Does not have cover anymore. Oh, but he blocks it anyways. Really blocks it. And try the Cyclotronic Razor. It's gonna be 4 red dice because it's high intensity. You add 2 power die for every arc. He's got 2 on there, so here we go. I like those odds a bit better. Remember, this is a POW 1 weapon, so you're kind of relying on a big roll here at the beginning. That is 7 strikes. 7 strikes against 3, so 4 get through on POW 1, armor 5. And just enough. They got 6, not bad. Takes him down another point. Sentinel just storming down the stairwell, beating this thing back 1 step at a time. Morningstar is going to spike, actually, to use his Impulse Reciprocator. Basically does the same thing as Vengeance Sequencer, and try to shoot him again. Burst missiles. 4 strikes, okay. 4 strikes against. Oh, wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we might as well re-roll the Starburst. I don't know if we're gonna get 6 strikes out of it. We are not, so it's just onto the blast damage. POW 4 against armor 5. Nothing doing. Got to be wildly intimidating, just stomping down the steps, shrugging off missile hits, bashing this thing backwards. It's nuts. And just to add insult to a pair of injuries, Impulse Inducer is gonna be the final card. So they can activate him again next turn. Atreus is quite happy where he is, overseeing the battlefield from his vantage point, so we're going to go to the gates. He'll bring out a Saber Strike Force, a Heavy Saber, and then drop a 3-arc gate behind himself. Now it's time for ISA Big Brain maneuvers. They're not going to charge anyone because they want to keep the 3-arc in the well right now, for a very specific reason. The Weaver, the newly arrived Weaver, is going to stare at this thing and try to cryo-lock him, since the Empyreans just played Impulse Inducer. Focus 4, with 3-arc in the tank, hoping for big money on this one. Oh, good shot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 strikes. Tuned up Sentinel against 9 strikes. No, it hits. Now Cryolock deals no damage. Much worse right now. It freezes him in place, his legs lock up, making him just a giant doorstop and unable to reach that objective. Since this is turn 3, we gotta do the bold maneuvers. Paladin Commander's gonna move up 6 inches because he's feeling a lot safer now. His mind will change come pulse round 2, turn 1. But he can run up there, and the Weaver is gonna drop back to here. So we'll give him his pulse cannon shot, but otherwise that's all ISA is up to this round. Pulse cannon shot into Sentinel. Ooh, 5 hits. 5 hits against. Oh, 4 got through. POW 3 against armor 5. And he breaks him. Sentinel is going to burn another arc in order to ignore that damage. And he's going to feel pretty satisfied with himself. That was a good way to enter the room. ISA will finish out their turn by throwing Eschatonic Well. Where did I put that gate? Here it is. Dropping a gate right down here and stacking it with, say, 3 arc. Actually, 2 arc. With that, we will go right to deployments. So this gate over here, the brand new one, we're going to drop both of the arc on it to bring out the Firebrand. Gate over here will drop 2 arc, bringing out the Paladin Enforcer squad. ISA doing ISA things. They are now completely deployed onto the board and in a pretty good position. They can't grab 2 of the objectives, but they are sitting on 2. So unless the Empyreans can dislodge them from that one, they are set up to get 2 points this turn. In spite of the fact that he can't move, they're going to charge up the Sentinel, because that's never really a bad idea. His turn, Astreus is going to move up 6 inches to here. Wedge you in there, buddy. And then he's going to try to, using his ranged weapon, he will try to clear this indignant little human off of this objective. He is Rat 5 with 1 arc. 1, 2, 3, 4 strikes. Put in defense 3. And he blocks it by a hair. Forget to check for strafe, so let's check for strafe to see if the Morningstar gets tagged. He is going to get tagged. Yeah, it's 6. 6 strikes against. Oh no. Oh no. Drace's Starfire Ray is a POW 4 weapon coming in against Armor 5. Yeah, how would you do? He's alive by a hair. That is 9 strikes. Morningstar down to 1 of his 4 health, and he's going to retaliate because you might as well at this point. Starburst missiles at Astraeus. 3. Yeah, Astraeus is defense 4, so probably gonna have to do better than that. He does have the high ground. Yeah, so that's 4. So we might as well just roll it again. We're trying to beat 4. We do not, so let's go straight to blast damage. Armor 4. Doesn't do it. Missiles usually perform a lot better. Go figure. Meanwhile, up here, Saber Strike Force is going to reshuffle themselves, getting ready to move down the stairs and making sure they tag the objective. From up here, we're going to spend 1, bring out the Oculus out of here. There you go, buddy. Astraeus drops a 2-arc gate here on the staircase. That wraps up Pulse Round 1. We've had a lot of nonsense happen all in this one square here. The heavies have squared off, the Morningstar is almost dead. Let's roll to see if the tune-up continues on the Sentinel. It does not. He will not be tuned up on the coming turn. Scoring it up, we've got 1 point for ISA for 5, 1 point for 2. Just barely managed that one. Thank you, Cryolock, for that. And 1 point for Empyrean. So it's a 2-1 ISA game. Let's roll to see which one of these objectives goes away. Rolling a d6 on our proprietary budgie dice. Oh, that's a really fun thing when this happens. The middle objective is no longer worth anything. Start of Pulse Round 2. Our first priority is making sure our little spider buddy is okay. He's fine. Start the ISA turn. They're going to charge the Paladin Annihilators and give them Reiteration Complex, so they each get to shoot twice. Paladin Commander up here, he's going to scoot away here in a second, but he's first going to shoot his Pulse Cannon into Astraeus. Because he's got some moxie, you know? Never mind, he does not. Blast damage 3 against armor 4. You lack moxie, sir. What he does have an abundance of, though, is Side Skitter. So he's going to Side Skitter into here. And Operation We're Done With Your Crap begins. These guys will move up. They are only 4-inch movement. So they move up here to form a little brick. They're going to do their best to take down this Sentinel in a hail of fire before he can tear through everybody. Do have Smart Lock, so they can ignore his cover. He's only going to be defense 2 now because his tune-up is worn off. He does have 2 arc available to spike down the damage, so let's see how it goes. Gonna roll right into this. First shot. 3 strikes. 3 strikes against. 2. 1 gets through. L4, armor 5. Doesn't do anything. Shot number 2. 3 strikes. 3 strikes against. Oh, all 3 get through. Liking these odds a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough. You will spike 1 to bring that number down to 0. Shot number 3. Ooh, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Defense 2. 4 of them get through. 2, 3, 4. POW 4. Armor 5. Let's see, big money, big money. For the ISA. I need to yell that more often. It's 1. That is 2 damage. So he can spike to get rid of 1, but he can't get rid of the other one. Taking the first of his health, and he is out of arc. So let's keep the train rolling. Next shot coming in at 2 strikes. And he does block that one. Coming in. 3 strikes on that one. And 3 get through. Pow 4. Oh, not quite. Our final shot with the Harbinger Cannon. Only 1. And he blocks it. All that for a drop of blood. Paladin Aegis is going to take his 2 shots. Good opening shot, 5 strikes. Unfortunately, he does not have Smart Lock. He does not ignore cover. And 2 get through. Pow 3. Can't break armor 5. He does now suffer the lockdown condition, which will slow him down a little bit. Final shot from the Aegis. 3 strikes. 3 strikes against. And it's blocked. Okay, that was a really impressive display of why Sentinels are really, really good. So if he didn't have that ability, he would be down to his last health right now. Instead, he's taken 1 damage and he's just out of arc. What we're gonna do is play Tachytelic Metamorphosis on this squad over here. It's +2 Rat, Mat, and Death. Sort of like a tune-up for squads. And the Paladin Commander is gonna drop a 4 arc gate here with the expectation that the Morningstar is probably not long for this existence. Imperial turn, to the surprise of absolute nobody, they're going to charge the Sentinel. And being pretty happy with the card so far, they're just going to go straight to activations. The Sentinel doing champion's work. He's down to 4-inch movement, so he can just make it here, but this is exactly where he's been trying to get this whole stupid game. Drop your stuff there. He's going to start by firing his Gravitonic Lash into the Morningstar, see if he can finish him off. He has 1 arc. And a decent shot of 4 strikes. 4 strikes against defense 3. And 3 get through. Gonna break armor 5. No, he does not. Firing his Meteor Cannon into this guy. He was really hoping to save that one. 3 strikes. Defense 3. And he blocks it as well. The Morningstar that would not quit. Instead, before he fires a Cyclotronic Razor, he's going to spike that I cannot reach. I'll get that here in a second. And that is going to turn it into a spray weapon, which he's going to fire into these guys. There's going to be Morningstar, Annihilator, and Aegis in that order. Morningstar. Come on now. 3 strikes, defense 3. He blocks it. Out Annihilator. Okay, 1 strike. He blocks it as well. Paladin Aegis. 1 strike. Okay, that one actually gets through. It is a POW 1 weapon. Doesn't do it. So the moral of the story is this dude will not die and this dude cannot kill anything so far. But he has a 12-inch spray, so he is actually, upon measuring, going to tag the Weaver here in the back. So we'll wish him luck for 1 more shot. 2 strikes. Against the Weavers. No, still nothing. Well, that was unfortunate, and now you are out of arc. To let the real champions come out to play as Astraeus descends the grand ballroom staircase with his 1 arc. He will shoot his Starfire Ray into the Morningstar. Rolling for strafe. He gets 1 strafe. The Morningstar. 3 strikes. 3 strikes against. The Morningstar that would not die. Strafe roll will be against the nearest Paladin Annihilator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Aegis is charged, so they count as cover. 3 get through. Gonna break armor 3. Just barely. All right, we have finally inflicted a casualty. Actually, that's weird. This is a really killy game, Warcaster, and we're into pulse round 2 before we finally remove a model. That said, we're going to pull reinforcements from this gate, dropping both of its arc. We bring out the Guardian squad. And then he's going to toss a gate using the very liberal line of sight rules in this game into the adjacent room within 5 inches. And on what was honestly a fairly disappointing turn, we're going to give it back over to ISA, see what they've got for their turn 2. Now the downside of that earlier maneuver is we've got our very polite 4-arc gate there, but no arc left to actually charge anyone with. So instead, we're just going to go for the big maneuver here. Ascension Catalyst on the Morningstar. Giving him flight, he's going to sail right past him and land here. Going to try to make a quick assassination play on Astraeus. He is Mat 4, coming in with a Shield Bash first. 2 strikes. Astraeus is defense 4. 2 strikes. Heavy Fusion Glaive, POW 6 weapon. Only 1 strike, defense. No, it misses. Harbinger Cannon is going to shoot into the Guardian behind him. I'll give you a view there. First Guardian there, strafe weapon. 1 strafe. Main target. Ooh, that's not good. I understand you've got a bunch of broken systems right now, buddy, but you gotta do better than that. That Guardian is fine. The Guardian behind him. I have too many dice in my hand. Okay, Guardian behind him might be in trouble. 4 strikes. They do have the high ground. 4 strikes. 1 gets through. Armor 3. And he doesn't even drop him. Starburst missiles into the Guardian squad. Okay, that was a good roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what the defense looks like. And of course they block it. So let's just go to the POW 4 blast damage on the main target, trying to crack armor 3. And he doesn't. Whirlwind of flames and explosions and swords, and nothing actually happens. This is one of the weirdest games I've played so far. There has been so little casualties. All right, well, he's out of luck, and on her turn, Taria is going to be our solo this round, firing her pulse cannon into the Sentinel. She is not charged. She does not get the benefit of Huntress of the Reach. Coming in at 3 strikes. Defense 2. Okay, 1 gets through. POW 3. Armor 5, not gonna happen. Nope. Blast against the gate. Yeah, it doesn't happen either. Nothing happens in here. She will move 6 inches in, not quite making it to the gate, but sort of bodily interposing herself, so it's gonna be hard to summon something out of there. It's gonna be hard to summon a very specific thing out of there. Also, for card is gonna be Mortality Destabilizer, bringing back a member of unit shooty guns. Nothing to take out of the gates for reinforcements. The entire force is on the board and no gates to drop. So that is ISA turn 2. I'm telling you guys, this is one of the strangest freaking games. So I went to take a food break there and I came back to find our spider buddy has gone somewhere else. So best of luck to him. All right, the Empyreans got to get their act together a little bit because frankly, their offensive is not offending anyone. So we're going to charge the Sentinel with 1, just to make him as much of a roadblock as he can, because if you're going to be there being a roadblock, you might as well be a good one. Then we're going to slap Parabellum Chrysalis on these guys. Normally that would make them really scary when they're securing an objective. They're 4-inch movers. They're not going to secure anything. But that cycles that out of the deck and lets us charge them for free, thanks to our cannon module. With 14-inch high-intensity beams, they are going to do their best to clear this hallway. This is part of the fun of Chaos Theory, because if that central objective hadn't gone away, the Empyreans would be in a much better spot. But which objective disappears can radically change how things go. The first one is going to go into, quite naturally, the Morningstar. Let's see how that works out for them. 2 reds because high intensity on the reticulum. Okay, see, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strikes, defense 3. 2 of them get through. This is a POW, what is this, 4 weapon. Come on, does the Morningstar finally kick it? He does. 5 damage on the dot. No way to stop it, no way to block it. We have our first legitimate casualty. I'm gonna put the camera down before I drop my models. Freaking finally, right? Next shot is going to go down here into the Aegis. Try and drop the Aegis first in order to get rid of that cover bubble. Ooh, that's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And actually, yeah, same roll, because he's in cover. Defense 3. 6 against 4, 2 get through. Armor 3. Aegis is out. The cover bubble disappears for the Annihilators. Final shot going into the Annihilators. 2 strikes. Defense 3. Oh, 2 go through on a POW 4 hit. All right, now we're finally getting somewhere. Now this is starting to feel a bit more like Warcaster. We just have 3 models off now. Good work, you guys. The Guardians take their 4-inch moves and receive some well-deserved head pats from Astraeus. The Oculus moves up to a new vantage point there, just a few inches. And he's actually going to chill out there for now. Taria is successfully blocking that gate pretty well. The Demon Warjack can't quite fit anywhere in there. So instead of deploying, they're actually going to recall the Saber Strike Squad. Not normally a thing that I do, but these guys are really useful, but they're kind of out of position. Honestly, the Empyreans had a tough time getting out the gate, and in the tight confines of this, really bogs you down quick. Especially when your units aren't dying to get respawned, you know, that's really annoying as well. Moving over to ISA turn 3, they're going to do pretty much predictably what you think. They're going to try to secure as many points as they can before the pulse round ends. As much as we really want these guys who are all charged up with tactilic metamorphosis to shoot this guy down, we also know shooting this guy is kind of an exercise in futility. So instead, first activation, we don't have any arc to charge anyone with, and cipher cards are not terribly helpful at the moment. So, Firebrand, backstep his way here to hold this objective. Then shoot his Harbinger cannon because it's his one ranged weapon, excuse me. Rat 4 coming in 3, it's good. From this direction, we are getting cover from that crate and blocks it. Did a good job. He puts his back foot on the objective, and his job is now to just sit there and exist. Solo over here, he's just going to shuffle around to the front of this and take a handgun shot at the Sentinel because from the last episode, we all know these things are devastating. Devastating on a good day. Yeah, you know, it's as good as anyone else who shot at this thing. Cover from this angle. Okay, 1 does get through. Behold the might of the Paladin Weaver's handgun. Nope. And we'll put a tag on you. You did good. So the ISA now controls 1, 2 objectives, pretty good block on the 3rd, and no hope of the 4th. And just for funsies and laughs, velocity projector into the Sentinel. Focus 4, 1 arc in the tank. 3. Defense 2. Okay, 1 gets through. We're gonna slam him backwards as much as I can without messing up Spider Buddy's web. So right about there. Just pretend he's farther back. POW 4. Nothing happens to the Sentinel. Does anything happen to the Guardian he just slammed into? Yes, the Guardian is crushed. Both physically and emotionally. And now for the reinforcements you all knew was coming. 3rd Morningstar McStab Face, 2nd of his name. That will lock up the ISA for the turn. Let's go into Empyreans turn 3. Empyreans are going to collapse this gate. Instead of charging, returning 2 arc to the well. And the Oculus is going to throw Paralytic Disruptor onto the Morningstar, POW 4 hit, which also inflicts lockdown on hit. 2 arc in the tank because we just put them there. That sucks. All right, 1 strike. And it's blocked. We get to charge him for free because we just cast a cipher through him. Heavy Saber gets to go. He will simply move up here to hold this objective. This is likely where he will remain until he gets shot. His light meteor cannon is a range 10, so he's out of position, or he's out of range. Everyone else has an activation token, unfortunately. So here at the end, we're going to throw Havoc Spiral through a wall. The Oculus is charged, which means he does not need line of sight for Ciphers or Furies. So he's going to throw Havoc Spiral at Taria here in this other room. Focus 4, 1 arc in the tank. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Taria is defense 4 and blocks 4 of them. Now 3 hit against armor 4 because he is a larger base size. Ooh, that one stings. Taria takes a hit. Technically is pulled straight towards him until she encounters an obstacle like this here wall. And speaking of Taria and that little room that she's in, that gate is now going to do its thing. The Saber Strike Force will emerge. Saber Guardians will drop a gate here with 3 arc on it. That closes out Pulse Round 2. Let's take a look at the scoring. We've got 2 positions, so 4 points for the ISA, bringing them to 6. We've got 1 position for Empyreans, bringing them to 3. This is still definitely a doable game because in the next section, each objective is going to be worth 3 points, and we're about to get rid of one of these 2. All right, so here we go. On a 1, 2, or 3 is this one. On a 4, 5, or 6 is that one. ISA really wants this one to stay. Empyreans would love it if that one was the remainder. So the objective which goes away is, oh, sorry ISA. 1 is going away, which means it's all about objective 3. And then these 2 objectives here moving into Pulse Round 3. ISA turn, we're going to unsurprisingly charge the Morning Star. I'm going to start him off with Aggression Theorem, shooting the Starburst missile into that Guardian right there. Hey, you shoot better than your predecessor, little buddy. Okay, 4 strikes. 4 strikes against. 2, okay, 2 get through, we will take that definitely. Hitting the main target, Saber Guardian. He's out. Collateral hitting Astreus at armor 4. He is fine. Collateral hitting the other Guardian. He is not fine. The Guardian squad, little 3-man Death Star, is gone. And now that's out of the way, let's do Sword and Shield into the Sentinel. Bash first. Coming in with 3. Against defense 2. 2 gets through. 2 gets through. Shield is power 4 because he's a big boy. Ooh, good one. So that's more than 5, so that's enough to hit him once. He will, of course, spike to remove that. Also need to roll if his lockdown continues. It does not. Moment of appreciation for the Sentinel, and it's kind of an interesting point here. He has soaked up more firepower than a small army in this game. He's been here since the very first turn, and he's taken 1 hit of health. He hasn't held an objective or won the game, so that's kind of your trade-off. That said, if this middle objective was still here, that would undoubtedly be his. Morningstar shooting the Harbinger Cannon next, same target. 4, 5 strikes. 5 strikes against defense 2. 4 get through. Pow 4 hit. Oh, that would have been a good roll. Oh well. Here we go. Show me 5, show me 5. Okay, we get 1 more. He kind of wants to save the spike ability on the sword, so we're going to shoot the Starburst missiles into Astreus. Coming in. Okay, 4, we'll get to re-roll that depending on how things go. Astreus has cover. 4 strikes against. 5, okay, so let's see if we can beat 5. Can we beat 5? No, we can't. Last damage on Astreus. Does nothing. Let's do the sword, coming in mat 4. Only 3, but you only have to beat a defense at 2, so let's see how we do on that. Okay, 3 get through. It's POW 6, armor 5. 1, 2, 4, so he takes 1 more. Bringing him down to 1 health. Yeah. Morningstar will spike to inflict system failure. 4, 5, or 6 will be melee, which would be useless. Oh, that's bad news. All his melee weapons shut down, which is none of them. If that had been ranged, that would have been beautiful. Taria is going to get to work in there. She's going to shoot her pulse cannon into the center saber guy. He is not charged. 3. Defense 3. Okay, we're just going to go straight to blast damage then. Armor 3. He's fine. He will stab with her sword. Not very well. 2 strikes. Come on, Taria. This whole show's about you. And it's blocked. So he takes her movement into the corner to hold this objective, and we'll just try to wait it out. Last cyber card will be Impulse Inducer, taking the activation token off of the Morningstar. There's no one to bring out the gates and no point on putting any more down, so yep, there we go. Empyreans are going to charge the Saber Strike Force right in here. And for some insult to injury material, we use Kinematic Reassembler on the Sentinel. Gonna roll 3 action dice. Action die, however you say it. Every strike is 1 heal on the Sentinel. Heals up 1, only heals up 1. Somewhat unsurprisingly, Saber Strike Force is going to crowd in here, do their absolute best to get Taria off this objective before the reinforcements come in. First one coming in, Fusion Blade. Okay, 1 strike. Taria is only defense 3 because they are the same base height as her. Oh, wow. Trying to beat armor 3. Oh, Taria takes another hit. This is suddenly not looking good. Next assailant. Oh, Taria, I'm sorry. This is not going to go well. 5 strikes. Defense 3. Dig deep, be the hero. Yeah, 3 of them get through. A POW 4 Fusion Blade. Okay, Taria's gonna take a nap. Don't worry, she'll be back for next episode. It does give that unit an unused shot, but they're okay with that right now. Solo activation is naturally going to be Astreus, who will move down here to the bottom step. And we'll take a shot with his Starfire Ray at this far back guy. Rolling for strafe. 1 strafe, not bad. First target, Rat 5. Okay, 3 strikes. Defense 3. 2 get through. POW 4 hit. Armor 3. He's out. First contestant is down. It's not a good thing because they really need their firepower if they're going to take that one. Second strafe target. Wow. Astreus is mad. He's angry. 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. I can do math. No hope of blocking all this. Can you block some of it? Hey, you block half of it. That's not bad. Probably not going to save you there, buddy. 3, 4, 4, 4, and aiming for 3s. There you go. It's 2 down. The Oculus up there is going to use Cacophonic Declination. It's a POW 3 attack against Morningstar, and if it hits, he'll suffer the system failure. Coming in, focus 4, 1 arc in the well. Okay, only 2. Go for the dramatic stuff, and it's kind of a letdown sometimes. He blocks it. This 3 arc gate is going to drop 2 of its arc, but out some much needed reinforcements in the form of the Demon Warjack. All right, in the category of bold moves, this is going to be pretty up there. So we're going to collapse this gate. Take that arc back to the well. ISA now sitting on, 6 arc in the well and 1 arc on these guys. The aforementioned these guys are going to get Reiteration Complex, letting them all shoot twice. Without moving a foot, they are going to spike. Their Harbinger cannons now ignore cover and line of sight, and I presume they're simply going to bore holes through these walls and into that squad. Get 4 shots, all of them with strafe. So let's see how it goes. First shot, strafe. No strafe for the first shot. Pretty straightforward, Rat 3 versus Defense 3. 1 versus... Okay, first one's blocked. Shot number 2, strafe. 1 strafe. 2 on the attack. Defense of 1. 1 gets through. Looking for 3s to drop them. And first one dropped. Strafe shot on that attack is nothing. Shot number 3, strafe shot. 1 strafe. That's really all you need at this point. Main target. It's not the time to be falling short in your bullets, guys. He's fine. So his strafe target, he gets 3 hits versus defense, nothing. That's probably gonna be another one. Yep, another guy's out. So that leaves us 1 shot. We're not gonna do the strafe roll because there's no point. So 1 bullet left. If they can drop this guy, that will no longer be a controlled objective. If they can't, then the Imperials will continue to hold it. Here we go. You got 1 strike. I just talked you up so much. You got 1 strike. Defense 3. And the aliens will hold the objective. Disappointment is crushing, but the Imperials admittedly did a good job there. That finishes these guys. Paladin Commander over here will try to put his fusion sword into the Demon Warjack. Mat 4. 1 strike, defense 3. Blocked it. And now the Weaver is going to summon all his energy, and I do mean all his energy, to try to finally annihilate this stupid Sentinel. He's going to do that with an instability equation, and all 7 Arc are currently in the well. My brother and Menoth, do not flub this roll. 7 Arc in the well, focus 4, instability equation. Here we go. That was not bad, but that could have been a lot better. Let's get those out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to see low numbers here. All right, so 5 get through. Not charged, so we need to see 10 strikes on these dice in order to drop them. We just barely get 1 health. It's a life in a dice game. Blast damage against the Morningstar. Armor 5, he's fine. Blast damage against Astreus, armor 4. He is also fine. Start of the next turn. Imperium Warcaster will not charge anyone. But we'll play Arcane Synthesis to put 3 Arc onto the Demon Warjack. Demon Warjack going to immediately try to get to business with stabbing the Morningstar. Coming in, Mat 4. That was weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Defense 3. Ooh, 4 get through. Not bad at all. Ow, 5. Okay, takes 1 and is on fire. We all know how much John likes to set things on fire. Phased projectile cannon next into this guy. Coming in, Rat 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Defense 3. Okay, 5 get through. Get through into PAL 3. He's out. That is terrible news for the ISA, as there is now no one really to contest this objective. Not being done, he'll fire the Starfire Array into the Morningstar. Point to rolling for strafe on this one. Good shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So clearly the lethality problem in this game was just that this guy was not on the field. This is devastating. That is 6 against defense 3. So 4 get through on a PAL 4. And he takes 1 more. To round things out, we're going to throw Aggression Theorem and do the stab one more time into the Morningstar. Hitting him with the old stabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm telling you, this guy's a performer. 7 strikes. Okay, 3 get through on a PAL 5. Going against armor 5. Gets him for 1 more. He's down to his last health. A surprise showing from the so-called Light Warjack in this showdown. That puts the ISA in an interesting spot. They are leading by 3, so to avoid a draw, what they need to do is get rid of this guy over here. But the Imperials have done a great job of eradicating everyone who is in this zip code. So we have to get a little bit fancy, I think. And like most things, this is coming down to the wires. So honestly, we're gonna do one play. If it works, the ISA is gonna take this because they'll have wiped him out. If it fails, we're just gonna go ahead and call it a draw. So here we go. We're gonna charge the Firebrand. The reason we're not doing this with the Morningstar is because he is on fire and we want that rat. We're gonna play, where's the card? Divination Algorithm on the Firebrand. Shout out in the comments if you see where this is going right now. Divination Algorithm gives him 14 inches range on his thing, his Harbinger Cannon. So he will shuffle up to here, as close as he can. And Spike to use his Harbinger Cannon to ignore line of sight and cover and try to reach this guy. He gets exactly one shot at this and he has no arc. So this is Rat 4, Defense 3, last man standing. Here we go. Here's the shot. Decent shot, 4 strikes. That is blockable. 4 strikes, Defense 3. Not a 1 goes through. Now we got problems. We need to show 3 strikes to end it. And that's the show. His bullets bore through the walls, riddle this guy with holes, drops him. That's gonna give them 1 point each. The reason we're calling it there, the Imperials don't have anyone fast enough or who can fit through that doorway to get all the way back there in time. So they're gonna end up 3 points to 3 points gained on this round, which gives the ISA the lead by 3.
You have frightened them. You threatened to break what they hold dear. They are angry, distracted. It is time to close the gates below.
That's impossible. We don't even know how it was open to begin with. We'd have to alter the arc flow of the whole system. No one could do that.
A Warcaster could.
Paladin, prepare him for transport. We're taking him to the surface.
So thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. As a heads up, our next episode will be coming out Monday, October 10th, because I will be traveling to see family over the weekend and won't be around on Sunday to post it. So I'm going to give you guys an extra day, a little extension there. If you want to compete for the Reach anytime between now and midnight Sunday night, you can go out, play games with your friends, take a photo or something just to sort of prove that you did, and so we have a nice montage at the start. Take a photo, let me know who won, who lost, send in the report to warbudgies@yahoo.com. And just like we did today, we'll award each faction dice depending on how they did throughout the week, roll them and see who seizes the new territories as we start to close in on the end of Jericho Reach. Thanks for watching.